Well, today is World Snake Day, and we want to properly celebrate our scaly friends.
Yeah. So Dina is standing by here in studio with some critters and teaching us how we can safely coexist.
Yeah.
That's right, yes, and I am not an expert at all, but this man is. This is Michael Starkey, and he is with Save the Snakes, a local nonprofit. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Of course.
Okay, so we're going to talk all about snake safety this segment, because the point is we want you to walk away from this segment not being fearful. So
I like
come
that.
closer.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
closer
They're
to
very
your
useful.
television screens and meet Sunflower, the gopher snake. Okay, can I hold Sunflower?
Of course.
Tell me
Here he
more,
is.
Michael, about Sunflower.
So Sunflower is a harmless gopher snake, and it's one of the most common snakes that we have here in the greater Sacramento area. Now, they may look like a rattlesnake, but there's a big key differences. One, they don't have a rattle.
Oh,
really
that's important.
That's important.
Their head looks a little different. They're very long and shiny. Rattlesnakes have that very typical spade-like head and that rattle. So look for those things and get to
Okay.
know your snakes.
Get to your snake. Is this a full-grown gopher?
It is. They can get a little bit bigger, but this is a typical one you'd see out on the bike trail, or maybe if you live around the wilderness, you might find these in your backyard.
So
pretty.
muscular
Yeah.
and strong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to, like, not manipulate it, but lift it up a little, and he's like, no, I don't want you to. What do these eat?
So these, given their name, gopher snakes, they
Yep.
love to eat rodents. So gophers, you know, those pesky rats that are hanging out in your woodpile. They are a farmer's best friend, and they are very beneficial to have around the house.
So if somebody
take
were
that
to
one
see a gopher snake, just know they're helping you out. They're getting all the little critters away from you. Okay, in addition to the gopher, you were telling me that really the only snake we need to be worried about in California is the rattlesnake.
That's right. Now, we have different types of rattlesnakes, but in California, only venomous snake we have is the rattlesnake. So as
Okay.
long as you know what a rattlesnake kind of looks like, you're good.
Okay.
So that's the only one that could potentially be a dangerous situation. Now, if you find a rattlesnake, whether it's in your yard or on the trail, it's important to give them lots of space.
Yes.
And if they have the opportunity to leave on their own, great. But if they're kind of stuck, like in someone's garage, for example, it happens, you want to call 311. So
Okay.
they'll put you in touch with animal control or the perfect person who can safely and professionally relocate that snake out of the area.
Okay, and you were saying a rattlesnake will not always alert you when it's in your proximity.
Yeah, it's actually a myth that rattlesnakes will always rattle before they strike. So sometimes when people encounter snakes, the snakes are sleeping or just unresponsive. And if you accidentally step or put your hand on one, they may not have an opportunity to say, hey, back off. And so they're going to defend themselves as soon as they get that chance. But they are terrified. And so they think something's trying to attack them. So give a little bit of compassion for the sleeping rattlesnakes out
and
there.
they do good, don't they? I mean,
Absolutely.
they're purposeful.
Just like the gopher snakes, they are so important for our food webs, making ecosystems healthy by eating lots of rodents. And also a lot of animals eat snakes, including rattlesnakes. From hawks and turkeys to coyotes, all kinds of animals really depend on snakes.
Okay, this is all good to know. So if you do see a snake, don't be fearful. That is the whole point. They're not going to harm you. The rattlesnake might, but little Sunflower, you were telling me actually that right now, working through the California legislature, you are trying, the groups that have a lot of power with the snake world are trying to make an official Snake of California happen.
Absolutely. So we've actually partnered with the California Rice Commission and Senator Roger Niello to make the giant garter snake the state snake of California. Cool. We don't have one. And this snake only lives in California. It's not your typical garter snake.
Okay.
It's big. They get 5 feet long and live in the Central Valley of California, but they're increasingly threatened with extinction. And so making it the state snake will bring a lot of conservation awareness, and so many students across the state will learn about this imperiled snake species.
See, that is
That's
so
cool.
important. Every fourth grader would then get to learn about it was a giant
garter snake.
garter snake.
That's right.
Okay, this is the gopher. This is Sunflower. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to meet another snake. What's that one?
That is a reticulated python.
We're going to meet a python coming up at 10. Okay, Michael, thank you so much. Save the Snakes. You can go to their website. We'll link it to Good Day Sacramento. Always looking for donations. They do great work. Let's support our slithery friends.
I
Thank you.
love the conservation and education. Love it.
Oh, hi.
Love, love, love.
Going to be honest though, the bit about rattlesnakes not always warning did make me a little more scared.
Yeah. But it's really good to know that, right?
Everything else made me less scared,
Good
but
to
that
know.
part.
Good to know.
Absolutely.
They're there. Yeah.
Right on.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, guys.
Well, today is the day to celebrate and raise awareness about our local serpentine neighbors.
Dina is standing by to give us another scaly lesson on this World Snake Day.
We are going to meet Medusa together.
Oh,
okay, because I haven't met Medusa
I already
yet.
see it moving.
Medusa is here. Michael Starkey with Save the Snakes has blessed our presence in the studio this morning, bringing What
I'm a
kind
little
of python
concerned about
is
it.
Medusa?
Medusa here is a reticulated python, and these beautiful camera lights will show off some of her gorgeous reticulated pattern.
Wow.
She's beautiful.
So,
Gosh. Oh, and there's like a little iridescence to her.
yes.
Oh
So
my
they
gosh.
are absolutely gorgeous snakes. And so they are a species that are, like many others, can become increasingly threatened because snakes face many conservation issues.
Right.
So this beautiful skin, unfortunately, people think that looks pretty good on a handbag or a boot,
Yeah.
which they're taken out of the wild for that. And so
better
that can be
on her.
problematic. So a lot of snakes face different conservation issues worldwide, and Medusa is an ambassador of her species, showcasing her beauty and why they're better a little bit more alive than
Yes.
as a boot.
Absolutely. I'm hearing a little.
Yeah,
from her?
so she lets out that little hiss, but that's just her way of breathing. So snakes have
Oh.
one big lung. They have two lungs, but one is vestigial. And that one big lung, they can inhale, exhale, and we actually hear that with Medusa's big, beautiful voice.
Oh my gosh, that
So.
is fascinating. Okay, so Medusa, you said is about 7 feet long.
About,
is that right?
yeah,
so
I would
she's
say
taller
so.
than me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you and I are like rulers. I'm the
That's
5
right.
foot, and you're what? 6'1"?
That's 6'1",
6'1".
yeah.
There we go.
And she is actually the longest snake in the world. So reticulated pythons can get up to 30 feet long. And so really important thinking about if you want one of these as a pet,
Yeah.
to really do your research because they not only get big, but they can live a long time, up
Oh
to
my
30,
gosh.
40 years in some cases.
She is also super active.
Yeah, very active,
Yeah.
very fast.
Sunflower earlier was kind of like just hanging
Yeah,
out,
just
but
chill.
Medusa's like, I'm here to party.
Yeah.
Okay, also we talked about with pets, snakes can live a long time.
Absolutely.
So a lot of kids will get snakes as pets and not realize you've got to have a long-term plan for these.
Absolutely. So do require some specialized care, but they can be pretty low maintenance, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to count on, what happens when the kid goes to college?
Yeah.
You got to have a plan for these
Up to
snakes.
35 years and
Absolutely.
beyond, right? Okay, so obviously with Medusa here, she is a great ambassador. Your organization, you work with snakes all around the world
That's right.
and other organizations around the world, right?
Yeah, in celebration of World Snake Day, we are raising awareness about some of the organizations that we've supported. So we have funded 40 snake conservation projects in 20 countries around the world.
Wow.
Because you can imagine it's really hard to save snakes around the world, hard to find funding. It's a lot easier to save pandas and elephants.
Sure,
But snakes are really important and they do have conservation issues, so our organization supports these projects. So when people donate, we help snakes like Medusa around the world.
Wow, that is so great, Michael. I'm so glad that you got to be in studio today. Also, something that I love that you do is you go around to local schools
right.
and you'll bring some of your ambassadors with you to teach the young kids how important snakes are to our world.
That's right. And so you can visit SaveTheSnakes.org to learn how you can have Save the Snakes like Medusa come to your school. And yeah, she'll help educate some, pretty interested students all about snakes.
Yeah, and that's how you got started.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
you started as a young snake collector,
absolutely.
and now look at him.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Michael Starkey. Save the Snakes. We're going to have all the information linked up to our website, gooddaysacramento.com. Medusa is so soft. We'll be right back on the other side of this World Snake Day. Good day.
So dumb.